What's up, Taiwan? Good evening. I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. From September, tourists from the US, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, Europe, and diplomatic allies can enter Taiwan visa-free, but they must still quarantine and take saliva tests. Tour companies, however, say the latest relaxed rules aren't enough to revive their flagging industry. Zhang Ventrist reports.
Taiwan is starting to come out of its COVID isolation. After more than 2 years, tourists from a range of countries will be let back in visa-free. But Taiwan's travel agents have doubts about how much this will do to boost business.
来台旅客的人数是不会有太多的帮助，是因为只要是有隔离的话，观光客就不会选择来台湾，因为现在有非常多的国家入境都是不用隔离的。
Also of concern, the list of visa-exempt nationalities. The countries on the list are largely Western. These countries only accounted for around 10% of visitors in 2019. Bigger markets like Japan are not on the list. And then there's the fact that the policy excludes tour groups.
团体的活动都是所谓的食宿游购的部分，它是一起的。那在这样的经济效益上来讲，其实对旅行社来讲，整个的包装起来，能够让所谓的经济效益能够达到更好。
The government's tourism bureau is eager to open Taiwan up, but it says expert advice must take precedence.
我们当然是希望赶快开啊！如果这样讲的话，我们都会一直提供说相关的讯息给这个中心去参考，因为最后决策还是他们嘛，我们都当然是尽量配合啊。
Which means the tourism industry's recovery may not be as quick as some had hoped. Chris Ma and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
A delegation of French lawmakers has arrived in Taiwan for a 6-day visit. The group includes the Vice President of the Foreign Affairs, Defense, and Armed Forces Committee and other senators from across the political spectrum. They're scheduled to meet with Vice President Lai Ching-te, Legislative Speaker Liu Shikun, and other senior government officials. On the agenda is Indo-Pacific security, technology and innovation, and supply chain security. The delegation is the fourth group of French lawmakers to visit Taiwan in the past 12 months and the first European parliamentary delegation since U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit last month. For more on the significance of the delegation on ties between Taiwan and France, we spoke with Marcin M. Zierzewski, head of the Taiwan office of the European Value Center for Security Policy.
This is the first European parliamentary delegation that is coming to Taiwan after the controversial visit of Nancy Pelosi. This is sending an important message that engagement with Taiwan is not only something that Americans do, and it is sending a strong signal that European countries also have an interest in fostering people-to-people ties with Taiwan, also in the form of parliamentary diplomacy.
Taiwan reported over 41,000 new cases of COVID-19 on Wednesday. It is the first time daily infections have been over 40,000 since the end of June. The spike comes as the Taiwan city government rejected a claim for state compensation over the death of a toddler with COVID who had to wait more than an hour for an ambulance. The toddler's father, identified as Mr. Lin, filed a claim with the new Taipei city government for a symbolic 1 new Taiwan dollar or 3 US cents. He said the slow response of emergency services led to the death of his 2-year-old who had severe COVID symptoms. But New Taipei's legal department found responders had not been negligent. The boy, nicknamed NN, fell into a coma at home in mid-April. His family waited 81 minutes for an ambulance. He died in hospital 5 days later. At least 74 people have been killed after a magnitude 6.8 earthquake hit Sichuan province on Monday, according to China's state media. As relief efforts continue, Taiwan's government has put a rescue team on standby. It says the country is ready to help. Stash Butler reports.
Search and rescue teams in Sichuan pull a woman from the rubble of a toppled building. An earthquake in southwestern China has left at least 66 people dead. And 2 days after it struck, time is running out to find more survivors.
坚持人民至上，生命至上，紧盯救援黄金时间，尽全力保护人民群众生命财产安全。
But many parts of Sichuan are under COVID lockdown. and videos appear to show at least some people were locked inside potentially damaged buildings. Taiwan's top officials have offered their condolences to the victims. They say Taiwan is ready to help.
如有救灾需要，我方也愿意提供必要的协助。
Altogether, authorities have put almost 150 personnel and several tons of equipment on standby. And it wouldn't be the first time Taiwan has offered support. When an even bigger earthquake in Sichuan killed 68,000 people in 2008, Taiwan sent at least 3 rescue teams to help. But the Taiwan Red Cross says China appears to have the damage from this quake under control, so it's unlikely Beijing will ask for aid. Whoever the rescuers may be, the families of people injured and missing in Sichuan are praying they can finish the job before it's too late. James Rayner and Stash Butler for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan has announced the slogan and logo for this year's National Day celebrations. As usual, they have triggered a nationwide discussion online. Yu Jinhuang reports.
National Day falls on October 10th in Taiwan. Each year, the government unveils a theme and logo to go with the festivities. This year's theme, just announced, is Defending the Nation Together. This focus on military matters is a departure from the past few years, which have emphasized democracy and pride.
那我们在今年上面也考虑到整个国际社会的一个态样跟台湾所处的环境，所以我们会综合在这里面来呈现。
The color scheme for this year's logo is also a sign of the times. An image circulating online shows how the designs have changed since 2016, when the Democratic Progressive Party took power. There is also controversy over the choice by the organizers to use the term Taiwan National Day, when the country's official name is the Republic of China. The opposition Kuomintang says the government is using the design to push Taiwan independence. But many people online say the design is one of the most attractive in recent years. And designers say that the concept for this year's logo is Taiwan's land.
多元的颜色，然后去代表着就是我们的山川，然后还有我们的水文，还有我们的整个国土的一个样貌，表现出大家一起去往一个地方前进，达到一个共同目标。
概念上就是我们那时候有凝聚的概念，如果把它拆开是2个箭头往中间集中的那个概念在里面。
The celebrations are open to all, regardless of political affiliation. There will be 10,000 seats at the ceremony, up from 6,000 last year, part of a relaxation of COVID rules. There will also be a special performance by a Japanese high school band, marking 50 years since unofficial ties between Taiwan and Japan were formalized. Dignitaries aside, it's not yet clear who will be allowed to be in the audience for the ceremony. But one possibility is that a committee will hold an online drawing for seats. Damon Ling and Yu Jinhuang for TaiwanPlus.
The longest tunnel in Taiwan is getting a trial lighting makeover for the upcoming Mid-Autumn Festival weekend. Officials say the new adjustable mood lighting in Sichuan Tunnel will help combat visual fatigue for drivers and improve road safety at one of the year's busiest periods for traffic. Sichuan Tunnel connects the capital Taipei to Taiwan's east coast, stretching 13 kilometers through Taiwan's central mountain range. While officials are excited for the new lights, some critics worry that the rapid changes in light could affect people with epilepsy. TaiwanPlus documentary series Road to Legacy is up for prize at this year's Golden Bell Awards, Taiwan's equivalent of the Emmys. Nominated for Best Cultural Documentary, the series tells the stories of Taiwanese musicians and their journey to perform at Legacy, a legendary Taipei venue. A Golden Bell is considered the highest honor in Taiwanese television. Popular Netflix period drama Gold Leaf has the most nominations at this year's awards, with 16 nods in 15 categories. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, today we leave you with images of 24-year-old circus enthusiast practicing on the flying trapeze in her hijab. I'm Ethan Liu. Take care, and I'll see you next time.